A key aspect of my perspective, the reason I know some of the things I do, is that nobody actually saw me do that. They just, I guess they're used to getting away with pretending they saw things that they did. I was dressed to apply for jobs in security. I never claimed to be a cop. Nobody ever saw me claim to be a cop. Nobody heard me say I was a cop. Nobody heard me say I ever claimed to be a cop. 10 times the cop you'll ever be. You couldn't investigate your way out of a wet paper bag. You people could not find your own ass in a dark place if it was lit up like a disco ball, shooting fireworks and laser beams, and belching flames like a howitzer. I'm not a cop, never been a cop. As long as my case goes unsolved, I can't be a cop, can't justify being a cop. Is that the only way we can fix our dear, sweet, innocent, naive, precious goddamn cops? I said I would have made a good cop at one point. A good cop, not a bad cop. So we got faggots raping little boys in surgery, following them around for decades. Make a wish. It has to be the kids' fault. They're ripping off charity. They're stealing wishes from little cancer kids, raping little boys in surgery. It's the kid's idea. He was born that way. Remember when Timothy McVeigh blew the front side of the Oklahoma FBI headquarters out the backside? Well, I found out how our enemies made the FBI put a children's daycare in basically an armory, turn it into like a human shield situation and go Russia on it. People think the cops are automatically good guys, provided that nobody's lying to the Vatican, which is why the surveillance apparatus is a double-edged sword. The dangers of the surveillance state. This is actually a corporate interim regime, so don't get carried away. On my way home from a trip to DC, to the Hoover building, to show them some evidence, surveillance put some dweeb dressed like me in the seat next to me while I was pretending to sleep. Gotcha. I pretended to wake up and I saw this guy dressed just like me, like we're going somewhere. So I took a picture, put this dude on blast before he could even get off the train. They did that so they could go back and lie to the Pope. Why not? You got to lie to the president to get him to pay for all this. The president said we're paying for surveillance so you can follow little boys around until they shoot up a school. Fucking faggots. Oh, maybe he's lying. Maybe I made it up. Maybe I actually do know that guy and we were traveling and I turned around. Civilization is losing an intelligence war against the reason they canceled IQ testing. First, do no harm or you're not a doctor in any religion. As long as you're getting away with this bullshit, what's to stop everybody else from doing it? The Romans had a saying, who will watch the watchers? The Catholics took it a step further. Who will watch who's watching the watchers? The gay, homosexual, fag revolution lured us into a stalemate, called Charles de Gaulle a terrorist so they could protect us from France, blamed the CIA for JFK so they could protect us from Washington, dragged us up and down a narrow strip of jungle for 9 years before declaring victory over Christ Jesus with Roe v. Wade across a second diplomatic front. Remember, we're at stalemate. Why would Washington, the FBI, the military do this to us? We could kill everything above sea level. Why would this be necessary for us to voluntarily do to ourselves? Because the media found it to be more profitable to work for our enemies than the free market whose protections they enjoy. So it's becoming less and less free because the media got free as hell. They went corporate, like, we're going to work for the Muslims. Obviously, nobody ever raped a 6-year-old boy into a free press news team. So we're looking at a First Amendment issue because these idiots wouldn't know a religion if the risen Messiah himself jumped out and bit their asses off. Remember where I said they called Charles de Gaulle a terrorist so they could protect us from France? Gandhi's afraid of everything. Did you have another Catholic country in mind? No, you're just going to go straight to the Muslims? The gay mafia is a curse from the Ottoman Empire. Islam believes our ancestors escaped enslavement by theirs, and we are all born fugitives of a debt that can never be repaid. Come out that we may know them. No, please take my daughters instead. Ew, vagina. Our enemies support them because they cannot possibly win on their own. They're stupid. They wouldn't know what to do if they did win. I've never claimed to be a cop, never claimed to be a priest. We've got faggots raping little boys in surgery and calling them liars until they shoot up a school. They do that by suing everybody on their behalf. We were not negotiating. Why would we be negotiating? The name of my attacker has been, my real attacker, not the white boy they framed to cover it up, has been reported through various official channels. Obstructing justice in my case is not unlike raping your way into the Vatican treasury through the White House nursery. The New Deal was written so that Wall Street would stop jumping out of windows. It was called the Great Depression, not the Great Job, assholes. Now they act like we gotta jump out a window. We were gonna buy the world a Coke, not shove it up virgins' noses with our boyfriends until we trigger a Holocaust like Sigmund Freud. It's not classified. If it's classified, go cry to Washington. Otherwise, you should have lied better. I am obligated to no foreign protection. I need no permission from corporate. All I gotta do is get gas prices down without raping any Boy Scouts. My campaign pays for itself. The Central Intelligence Agency wants to join me.